Your first dance with your spouse and special dances that follow with your family or loved ones are the most important moments of your wedding. So what songs do you pick? If you're just here to find a generic love song that'll work for a first dance, here's 5 right now. God Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts, Wanted by Hunter Hayes, God Must Have Spent a Little More Time on You by NSYNC, Unchained Melody by Righteous Brothers, and Perfect or Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. If you only click this video to find a quick first dance song for your wedding, there's a couple that work every single time. But if you're trying to come up with that perfect song for your first dance, let's talk a little bit about that. And when it comes to picking music for your daddy-daughter and mother-son dances, a lot of couples make a big mistake, but we'll talk about that more here in a second. What's a good first dance song for your wedding? It's not an easy question to answer, but in my opinion, it should be a song that's really important to you and your partner. Maybe a song that you listened to when you first met, or a song that was playing during your first date, or in my case, when I proposed to my wife, Until You by Billy Currington was playing. Let's just take our time. So that's the song we used for our first dance, and it worked out perfect. It was a beautiful moment. So if you're really getting stuck on your first dance song, just go with your gut and pick something that's really, truly special to you and your partner. There's so many good choices here. If you're into classic rock, almost any slow song by the Beatles is always a good choice for a first dance song. Maybe you're like me and you're into heavier rock and metal and want something a little bit more edgy for your first dance song. There's a couple good ones by Breaking Benjamin, Seether, and some other more modern hard rock bands as well. An easy one is almost any slow R&B song or any slow country song like a ballad always works really well for a first dance. One thing I love seeing couples do is picking a song that's maybe slightly unorthodox, like a song from your favorite TV show, or a movie you both love, or even a song from a musical. There's a lot of good options there, so don't sleep on those. Now, some couples obviously want to do something really fun, like do a dance number, and I think that's awesome, but what I recommend, because the first dance is really, in my opinion, the most important part of the night. That is that one picture perfect moment where you and your partner can dance for the first time. Everyone's watching you, the spotlight's on you, the photographer and videographer are getting those perfect shots. So you want to have that slow dance moment. But if you do want to do something fun, what I would recommend is do a minute or two of that slow song you chose, and then have your DJ make a custom edit where a fast song comes in. And by the way, if your DJ isn't able and or willing to make a custom edit for you, you might want to pick a different DJ because it's not very hard for us to do that. So maybe you do 2 minutes of a really slow Beatles song, Hey Jude or something like that, and then you cut into It's Not Unusual by Tom Jones and do your funny choreographed dance moment. I've even seen couples do their slow dance for about a minute and a half, and the DJ scratches out and goes into Rick Astley, and they rickroll the entire crowd. Stuff like that's always really fun. But again, I do recommend having that at least minute or two slow dance moment just so you can get that perfect photo and the perfect video footage and just have that moment to treasure forever. So I hope that inspires you to find that perfect first dance song for your wedding. At the end of the day, just find a song that's special to you and your partner and has some special meaning to both of you. Now on to the daddy-daughter dance and the mother-son dance. And these are really important moments in your wedding. And as a side note, if your father's no longer with us and you're dancing with your uncle or a cousin or a brother, these rules apply as well. The one mistake, and again, this is just my opinion, but the one mistake I always see couples make is they pick some really generic song from a wedding music service. If you've never Googled those before, they basically write songs for dances like this, for a daddy-daughter dance, mother-son dance, and yes, they're fine, and the lyrics do talk about, letting your son go off to get married or letting your daughter go to marry your husband or whatever, but I just think they're really cheesy. The lyrics, in my opinion, are not very good. They're always something like this. You are my daughter and I am your dad. You got married today and that makes me real glad. I don't know, maybe it's just me and I'm being super picky, but I think those songs don't have a lot of substance and I think they're honestly kind of lame. No disrespect to the musicians, I just don't think they're great for a special dance at your wedding. Now, the only time I would use a music service like that, maybe you're doing a dance with your dad who wasn't around most of your life and you don't have a close relationship and you just want to get the dance out of the way and just pick a song and then go on. Those songs are perfect for that. But if you're having a special moment with your dad, your mom, a cousin, a stepmom, someone who raised you, a grandparent, you really want to pick a special song, don't you? So a couple of quick recommendations for a daddy-daughter dance, and these are go-tos and work every single time. Unforgettable by Nat King Cole, Butterfly Kisses by Bob Carlisle, and a classic, What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. For your mother-son dance, a couple of go-tos are Forever Young by Rod Stewart, You Raise Me Up by Josh Groban, and My Wish, again, by Rascal Flatts. But take a minute and think if you have a special song with that person to match that moment. Maybe you were raised by your grandma, and when you were little, she used to sing a song to get you to go to sleep. That might be a really cool song to pick. Or maybe you're dancing with your stepdad, and the first time you went out with your stepdad to hang out, a special song was playing. Pick something like that. It's a special moment. The song should have some special meaning to you and the person you're dancing with. But again, if it's someone who you're kind of being forced to dance with and you don't want to, just pick one of those generic music service songs and get it out of the way. The bottom line here is when it comes to picking any special song for your wedding reception, especially like the slow dances, pick something special that means something to you and the person you're dancing with. If you do that, you'll never make a bad choice. On next week's episode, we're going to talk about picking the right songs for your bouquet toss and cake cutting at your wedding. And the good news is those are two of the easiest songs to pick. Because weddings can be a lot, but you shouldn't get stuck on those small details. Just cut the cake.